BlackRock files for a spot XRP ETF, which sends the price of the XRP token soaring over 70 cents. There's a 50,000 XRP giveaway, so make sure you guys tune in to the end of this video to find out those details. And the last thing that we're going to be going over, and probably the biggest piece of news, is Binance's founder and CEO, CZ, has been forced to step down from his position by the US government. Make sure you guys tune in all the way to the end of this video to find out all the details. Hey guys, it's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. And if you guys could share my videos and share my channel with anyone, I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can, and I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. Getting started, today's gonna be Thursday, November 23rd. Today is Thanksgiving here in the United States, so thankful for all of you guys that have continued to watch my videos and support my channel. Getting started, the total market cap for all cryptocurrency right now is $1.42 trillion. This is a 0.09% decrease on the day today, so not much of a decrease. On the Fear and Greed Index, we're at a 73 right now, so we're kind of just staying in that 70 range right now. Bitcoin right now is currently trading at $37,241, Ethereum $2,061, and XRP right now at 62.15 cents. Getting into our biggest gainers and losers on the day today, we got gas and clay right now up 11.3%. We got MNT up 10.9%, and then we got RLB right now up 10.1%. Got a couple of losers on the day today. TAO is going to be down 6.5, Engine is going to be down 6.6, and then we got FTT right now down 5.8. Looking at the week though, we see that FTT has been holding strong, and we'll talk about the reasons why this is going on. And with the Binance thing, in my opinion, again, no financial advice, is why the FTT token is going up recently. Getting started though, we kind of show every once in a while, we show a little bit of pieces of news here, and I wanted to give a shout out to this guy, John Philip Lally. He's an ex-convict, and he ran towards gunfire to save the life of a police officer who was shot in a shootout. So he actually videotaped this, and an officer ended up actually getting shot in the leg, and just shows that, a lot of people, give these people a bad rap because they've been to prison and stuff like that. So I wanted to give him a shout out because he definitely put himself in harm's way to save this officer's life. And I'm sure that officer is thankful for him on Thanksgiving. Getting started with our news though, for Thanksgiving, Bitcoin's price on Thanksgiving Day, you can see that in 2010 it was 28 cents, $2.49 the next day, and then continues on the way down. We reached a high in 2021 of $58,927, and then today, right now, at $37,035 at the start of the day today. Getting into our news though, we can see stocks are coming back right now. We'll talk about the reasons why, but it's really because the inflation number was better than expected from the previous month of October, because it takes the next month for the reports and data to come out. So that's why, in my opinion, stocks were doing very well. But Microsoft finally making custom chips, and they're all about AI. So Microsoft is trying to compete right now with NVIDIA for their chips, and they're going to be arriving in 2024. So we can see possibly have a nice rise in Microsoft price here coming up. But good morning, everyone. Morgan Stanley released their 2024 outlook yesterday. They predict the Fed will make the deepest interest rate cuts over the next 2 years as inflation cools. They will start cutting rates in June of 2024. So Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase is basically predicting that interest rates are going to be starting to get cut in the summer of next year. And this is good news in my opinion, but their policy rate will be down to 2.375% by the end of 2025. So if you guys are looking to buy a house or refinance, that's probably going to be the best time that you're going to be able to do that. Getting into some news though, political wise, that definitely affected, what's going on is San Francisco has magically cleaned up ahead of the Chinese president's visit into San Francisco for the APEC meeting. And he actually went on stage and actually admitted the reasons why. It says, I know folks say, oh, hey, they're cleaning up this place because all these fancy leaders are coming into town. And that is true because it's true. So he just admitted that they haven't been cleaning up the streets for the residents who have been putting in time and time and effort to call these Congress people to get out there and get these streets cleaned up. But as soon as they're basically coming out with a political world event, they're going to come up and clean up the streets to make it look like California is doing very well. And he also came out in another news report and said that, if you invite people over to your guys' house, you're going to clean up a little bit better so that it looks a little bit more presentable. So he coming out with more excuses. In my opinion, I don't know how he's still in office, but we'll see what happens. Getting into the SEC right here, it says in full year of 2023, the SEC filed 784 enforcement actions, obtained over nearly 5 billion in financial remedies, and distributed nearly 1 billion to harmed investors. If you guys want to watch the video, you can. But they basically are just filing all these enforcement actions, and they actually came out with another one just recently. And we'll talk about that with Kraken. But the U.S. Department of Defense has failed its financial audit for the sixth consecutive year, and they keep on asking for more money to fund more programs. Yet they still can't come out and basically just get their financial records set straight. But the SEC is going after and suing everyone else, but their own government agencies can't even get an audit together. But Kraken is sued by the SEC, has filed a complaint alleging that Kraken operates an unregistered national securities exchange, broker, and clearinghouse. We disagree with these claims and plan to vigorously defend our position. Good on Kraken, but they folded the last time that they got sued by the SEC. We'll see what happens. But in this, they say that Solana, Cardano, Polygon, Internet Computer, Cosmos, Algorand, Sandbox, Decentraland, and Chiliz were all considered securities. And Zach Rector wanted to point out that they weren't able to include XRP on that list of securities. So that's really great news, in my opinion. If you guys want to read more about it, you guys can just click on this link right here, and Kraken shows you their thing. OpenAI's former CEO, his name's Sam Altman. He used to be the OpenAI CEO. He was actually relieved of his position. He was actually fired, and he was actually brought back on. They were discussing about bringing him back as a CEO literally the next day, but he actually just got hired on just to Microsoft, even though Microsoft owns OpenAI. He has a new position with Microsoft on helping with their AI enterprise, and he's leading that. So he's basically just going to be dealing with AI right now. Rumors suggest Grand Theft Auto 6 will feature cryptocurrency. So while we talked about this a couple videos ago when Grand Theft Auto 6 released their little trailer, in my opinion, I do see them using cryptocurrency, and more video games going to be able to be using those. I see Fortnite using microtransactions, possibly using cryptocurrency if they can get their systems together. But they make a bunch of money in microtransactions. But we see a lot of games recently coming out with a bunch of microtransactions, and if they can get into cryptocurrency, it's only going to rise the price. HBAR submits advice to the IRS on their proposed rules. So it just shows that Hedera is basically coming out and giving out rules and regulations that they'd like to see. I would wish more companies or more crypto companies would come out and do this. But obviously, we've seen rule enforcement actions by the SEC, and we haven't really seen the government agencies play very fair with cryptocurrencies. So as they open up their books, they basically just give themselves open to lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, it seems like. Hedera finally supports smart contract verification using Hashscan. This is big news, in my opinion, for HBAR. And then they're also supposed to be listed on Binance Japan for spot trading on November 27th. This could raise the price of the HBAR token, in my opinion, just because more people in Japan now are going to be able to be buying the HBAR token. BlackRock has registered the iShares XRP Trust product for its XRP Spot ETF, and in doing so, it raised the price of the XRP token over 71 cents. But it actually came out that this spot ETF was actually reportedly false. BlackRock came out and said yesterday, we confirmed that BlackRock has not yet filed an iShares XRP trust. We have escalated the issue with the Delaware Division of Corporations, but we saw this with the Ethereum ETF getting filed with the SEC, and that actually rose the price of Ethereum from $1,600 to $2,000. And then it just retraced recently for the XRP token, just right away after that they came out and denied that this was actually a true spot ETF for the XRP token. But getting into some news, though, a lot of people are sharing these videos of things with related to digital assets as recent. So it says breaking, and when you hear breaking, you think, okay, yeah, it's just happened now. But if you look at the video right here, it says this is in November of 2018 for the Singapore FinTech Festival. But the IMF fund manager director says central bank digital currencies can replace cash. Brad Garlinghouse says, do you want me to answer this question when they're related to digital currencies? And he's laughing. But again, this isn't breaking news. This has happened quite a bit. Crypto Mason posted this. I think he knows about this, though, in my opinion. And some more news about, just being cautious about certain things. But right here, Forbes has been recycling these articles, and basically just changing the name or the price of how much money is going to be actually putting into cryptocurrency. So adding another 17 trillion. Earthquake now is raised to 33 trillion from its new article posting. In my opinion, this is kind of just ridiculous that they keep on posting a lot of this stuff, and just raising the prices. So just be cautious when you're doing some research out there. Again, this is why we say do your guys' own independent research, and we're not financial advisors. Credify and XRP Ledger. So Credify says we're happy to announce our integration with the XRP Ledger. This is good news. More people just adopting the XRPL, which in turn will be using the XRP token. Right here, though, Ripple, Judge Torres has escalated and set a schedule regarding the remedies, discoveries, briefings. Jeremy Hogan says final briefs in April means a final judgment in July, but more importantly, looks like the case is heading to the only defendant is Ripple. So they actually got rid of Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. So it says that the defense has whittled the case down to only 20% of what it used to be. How much of that will be left in July? And are they actually going to be settling before? Stuart Alderati was on CoinDesk and basically said that as long as the XRP token is deemed not a security by the Securities Exchange Commission and they come out and write that into law, then that is the only way that they will settle. And in my opinion, I definitely agree with that. Frederick Rapoli also adds to this and says this timeline means that there is no chance that there's going to be an appeal will be issued before mid of 2026. So summer of 2026 by the second court. The July 13th, 2023 ruling by Judge Torres will be ironclad for a very long time, where she came out and said that XRP in and of itself is not a security. So that is great news. Till 2026, we will not see an appeal. A lot of people are getting into crypto recently, especially with that fear and greed index it just shows. So Joshua Jake shared that you can either make things complicated with TI, which is astrology for men, or just follow some simple flow of money in crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, large/mid caps, and then altcoin season. So if you guys want to read about this, you guys can. But flow of money into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin comes first, then money flows into Ethereum, and then after Ethereum, that money flows into large cap coins, and then it's altcoin season. And that's where you guys make a lot of your guys' money, is in altcoin season, because for you guys to double your guys' money right now, Bitcoin basically has to go to, what is it, $68,000 based off the price right now, $68,000 or $64,000. But a lot of these altcoins, so you can 2x there, or for these altcoins, you can end up 10xing, 100xing, or 1000xing. Again, make sure you guys do your guys' research into the projects before just putting money into it. And again, stay away from meme coins. Again, that's just my opinion, no financial advice. But the biggest news right here, Binance CEO CZ pleads guilty to violating criminal anti-money laundering requirements. He was actually charged with this and then just pled guilty with it. And with this, he agreed to pay $4.3 billion to settle the case with the U.S. government as Binance's exchange. So he doesn't personally have to pay this. He's going to face possible jail time or probation with his plea agreement. But nobody just pleads guilty, in my opinion, unless they actually have something on you. But put your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. But CZ says, today I stepped down as CEO of Binance. Admittedly, it was not an easy to let go emotionally, but I know that it is the right thing to do. I made mistakes, but it's time to take responsibility. This is the best for our community, for Binance, and for myself. Binance is no longer a baby. It's time to for me to let it walk and run. I know Binance will continue to grow and excel with deep bench it has. I'm pleased to announce that Richard Tang, our now former global head of regional markets, will be named the new CEO of Binance today. Richard is a highly qualified leader, and with over 3 decades of financial services and regulatory experience, he will navigate the company through the next period of growth. He will ensure Binance delivers on our next phase of security, transparency, compliance, and growth. Prior to joining Binance, Richard was CEO of Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Abu Dhabi Global Markets, Chief Regulatory Officer of Singapore Exchange, and the Director of Corporate Finance in the Monetary Authority of Singapore. With Richard and the entire team, I'm confident that with the best days of Binance and the crypto industry lay ahead. As a shareholder and former CEO with historic knowledge of our company, I will remain available to the team to consult as needed, consistent with the framework set out in our U.S. agency resolutions. What's next for me? I will take a break first. I have not had a single day of real phone off break in the last 6.5 years. After that, much currently, I thinking I will probably do some passive investing, being a minority token shareholder in startups in areas of blockchain, Web3, DeFi, AI, and biotech. I am happy that I will finally have more time than spending looking at DeFi. I can't see myself being a CEO driving a startup again. I am content being a one-shot lucky entrepreneur. Should these listeners, I may be open to a coach slash mentor to a small number of upcoming entrepreneurs privately. If nothing for nothing more, I can at least tell them not what not to do. On that note, I am proud to point out that in our resolution with the US agency, do not allege that Binance misappropriated any user funds, and do not allege that Binance engaged in any market manipulation. Funds are safe. With all of that, I look forward to seeing the new leadership take the reins. Please join me in congratulating Richard and a well-deserved promotion onward, CZ. So that was his little exit announcement from being the CEO. If you guys want to, you guys can read more about the new CEO and what he has to say. I just want to make this video a little shorter. But Paul Grewal, he's the chief legal officer of at Coinbase. He actually put his thoughts into this and says, I'm watching the Binance news too. While we wait for the DOJ announcement, a reminder that crypto isn't going anywhere, but to create a thriving cryptocurrency in the crypto economy in the US, we need clear, sensible regulations, and American consumers have access to secure domestic crypto services. The US regulatory by enforcement only approach has only increased consumer risk and driven customers and innovation out of our country. Legislation is essential with the safeguards consumers and fostering a responsible marketplace in America. Coinbase has a long running strategy of prioritizing compliance with local and international laws, even if this slows the growth and increasing cost compliance builds trust, and it's foundational to our business. Trust is the core in our mission. We are earning the trust of our global community that recognize the potential for crypto for economic freedom and opportunity, and we are committed to the growth at the speed of our trust to update the financial system. And then Stuart Alderati, who's the chief legal officer over at Ripple, who fought the SEC and won, says that Binance resolution of anti-money laundering and excessive violations is a necessary step to bring the crypto industry into compliance with the important laws and safeguards. Big banks all went through some versions of this years ago. So he agrees with me, is what it seems like in my opinion, that they did have something going on, and that's why he did settle. Importantly, nowhere does the DOJ suggest that Binance committed securities laws violations, so nothing by the SEC, or even suggest that the assets traded on its platform are securities. The Treasury and CFTC joined the DOJ in the Binance deal, and he comes out and says that there was no securities laws violations because the SEC did not and was not glaringly absent from the stage. So they weren't there. Gary Gensler wasn't on stage with this. This sends a clear message to the agency under Gensler has not only become an outlier globally, but also an outlier within its own government. The SEC, like a plungent child, can't stand being ignored, tweeted this misguided suing against Kraken at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, the exact time the DOJ press conference regarding Binance was scheduled to begin. Truly secondhand embarrassment as the juvenile behavior. Reminder that the SEC fabricated term crypto asset securities is nowhere to be found in the DOJ case against Binance because it has no meaning under law. The court has been very clear that the tokens themselves are not securities. And then the last thing we talked about was the 50,000 XRP giveaway. So Uphold is holding this. They congratulated Donald Z from Oregon as the winner of the 20,000 XRP sweepstakes. And for November, they've increased the prize and are giving away 50,000 XRP. Don't miss your guys' shot. And how you guys can get into this is every $20 that you trade, buy, or sell with Uphold, you actually get one entry listed into this 50,000 token XRP giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning into my video. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving with your guys' families. And if you guys can invest with the big dog, stay on the porch. Thank you guys and have a good one.